Today, we're diving into a really powerful, maybe even a bit of a counterintuitive idea: the predator's silence. We're going to break down why speaking less can actually make you a much more grounded and, frankly, influential person in just about any room you walk into.
Oh, you know that feeling, right? It's that awful replay in your head where you realize you just gave away the entire playbook. You over-explained, you overshared, and now you just feel kind of exposed. It's a super common feeling, and it's exactly what we're going to tackle today.
And, well, here's the tough truth at the heart of it all. We're always told to be an open book, to be authentic, but this way of thinking argues that can seriously backfire. When you're constantly available, sharing every single thought, you might actually be lowering your own value.
So if being that constant open book is the problem, what's the solution? Well, it all comes down to understanding the power of scarcity and how using a bit of strategic silence can totally flip the script and boost your value and control.
And that brings us right to the core concept: the predator's silence. Now let's be clear, this isn't about being shy or antisocial, not at all. It's a deliberate strategy. It's about choosing your words, choosing your moments, and really controlling the flow of information.
The best way to think about this is to imagine your words are a kind of currency. Now, if you just flood the market with that currency, what happens? Its value plummets. Constantly talking and sharing every little thought, it's like printing way too much money. It creates this kind of personal inflation where your words just lose their punch. And you can see it right here. When the supply of your words is super high, their perceived value, it tends to be pretty low. People might even start to tune you out. But when you speak less, you make your words scarce. And suddenly, each one carries so much more weight, so much more value. You literally create demand for what you have to say.
You know, the iceberg analogy is perfect for this. The most powerful person in the room isn't the one showing all their cards. No, it's the one whose silence hints at a whole world of depth and knowledge and strength that's just below the surface. It makes people curious about what you're not saying.
Okay, so that's the theory. Cool. But how do we actually do this? Let's get into our first practical, hands-on technique: the 3-second rule. Just picture this for a second. We've all been there. Someone at work, or maybe in your social circle, throws a little verbal jab at you, that passive-aggressive comment. Our gut instinct, right, is to jump in, defend ourselves, explain, fight back, but that's usually exactly what they want. They're fishing for that emotional reaction.
So what do you do instead? The most powerful response you can have is just 3 seconds of silence. That's it. It takes just 3 seconds to completely change the entire dynamic of that moment.
So here's the play-by-play. They make the comment, you receive it, and then you say nothing. You just look them right in the eye with a totally calm, neutral face for 1, 2, 3 full seconds. I know it's going to feel like forever to you, but trust me, that's where the magic happens.
See, that pause is everything. The other person is expecting a script to play out. They're ready for anger, for excuses, for something. When all they get is calm, controlled silence, it's like it short-circuits their brain. They have no idea what to do next. And that silence suddenly becomes really, really uncomfortable for them.
Exactly. Your silence becomes this mirror that just reflects their own aggression right back at them. And all of a sudden, they're the one who looks a little foolish, maybe even desperate for a reaction. You'll see them start to backpedal or try to laugh it off just to fill that uncomfortable space you just created.
All right, on to our second application. This one is all about setting boundaries that are absolutely unshakable, using something called the strategic no.
Just think about this for a minute. When we say no, and then immediately dive into a long, rambling list of excuses and justifications, what are we actually saying? We're sending a signal that our no is up for debate. It's almost like we're asking for their permission to say it. So here's how it looks in real life. Someone asks you to take on yet another project. First, you pause. That's strategic pause. Then you state your boundary, clearly and simply. I can't take that on right now. And then, and this is the absolute most important part, you stop talking. You just hold that silence. And this is just so effective because you're not giving them any weak spots to poke at. There are no excuses for them to argue with. You're just making a clean statement of fact, and it projects total confidence and control. You let them be the one to scramble and break the silence. Meanwhile, your boundary stays perfectly intact. Now, when you start to really master these little techniques, something fascinating starts to happen.
It's way more than just a communication trick. It's a fundamental shift in your mindset and in how other people see you.
I mean, look at the difference. On one side, you've got this reactive approach. You're that open book, easy to read and, yeah, easy to exploit. But on the other side, you have a disciplined approach. You're the one in control of the interaction. You're not so easily read, and because of that, you earn respect.
You know, so often our culture gets this wrong. We mistake being loud for being strong, and being talkative for being confident. But this whole idea argues that real power, real influence, it lies in discipline. The discipline to hold back, to observe, and to speak only when your words are going to have the absolute maximum impact.
So I guess the question to leave you with is this. Which one are you right now? Are you that open book that anyone can just pick up and read, or are you the enigma, the person that people feel they have to earn the right to really know? It's a choice, really.
Just remember this, your silence isn't emptiness. It's a space that you control. And learning how to master it, well, that's one of the most powerful tools you can possibly have.